Hi guys, I think we're live. I've got Bab in the background. He is my AV specialist and he's going to help me conduct this Facebook Live.
Oh, I think I already need to flip it horizontally.
He may be flipping things. Hold on. This is why we started a couple of minutes early. There we go.
Boom.
Ah, such a genius. What would I do without you?
Rhonda says hello.
Hi, Rhonda. Of course, somebody's knocking on the door while I get started, so ignore the dog yelping in the background. But hi everyone. I'm gonna give us a couple of minutes to get started.
I'll go see what's going on with the dog.
Okay, I got Bab in the background. Let's see. Okay, hi Marcy, hi Melissa, and hi ScrapbookingStore.com. Funny you should be here. So I hope everyone is having a fantastic day. Like I said, ignore the dog in the background. Of course, you start a video and the dog starts barking and the grandbaby starts crying, and you know, that's just par for the course. It's never, ever a dull moment. We call this home the wormhole because things happen here that are unexplainable and you just kind of roll with the punches. So I scrimped the remnants of my kit and did a page with the sketch. Oh, yay! I look forward to seeing it. This is the sketch that we're going to be using, by the way, guys. It was just one that I had downloaded, and I like to play with a bit of mixed media on occasion if you watch my videos. So I'm going to be adding a little bit of mixed media here. And of course, I'm going to be using the lovely September kit with the 𝐓𝐮𝐞𝐞 stickers and papers, and also the pebbles. I'm trying to think of I don't think the pebbles had a name. It was just flags, but also Bo Bunny chipboard. And I've kind of selected what I'm going to use here and made a little pile. I don't know exactly what I'm going to do yet. I'm just going to follow along with the sketch. And I prepped my paper. This is just from my stash. It is, I want to say, like a Doodlebug dot design, one of their generic little textured papers, but it matched the collection perfectly. And if you can see the difference in color there, that is clear gesso. And so clear gesso just prepares your background paper for any kind of mixed media that you're going to apply, whether it be sprays or inks or pastes or creams. The only thing with gesso is you have to remember to glue things down very, very well. And because nothing really likes to stick to gesso other than paint. And so this is just Scotch Quick Dry. I think they call it something else now, in a fine liner tip, and I usually glue everything down with it just to be safe. But the picture I'm going to be using today is of my lovely daughter London, and this was taken back in probably 2008 or 2009. I'll have to look up the date, but she probably attempted every sport possible growing up, including Girl Scouts and that sort of thing. So I thought this would be a great picture to use for the September kit because it was one of her little school activities, and it just reminds me of when she was little. And this is a vintage collection, which, you know, now that she's grown, works perfectly for her. So I grabbed a little bit of the papers, the 𝐓𝐮𝐞𝐞. This is Scholastic number 6, so they were named like 1 through 9. And then I've already cut into this collection, but I've got some scraps here that I'd like to play with. And I usually like to layer my photo a little bit. This photo did not come with a background white border. So I always add one just to make the photo pop. If you're ever interested in like highlighting the photo, of course, this is how I like to do it. I was going to read the comments, but Bab is over there like doing his AV thing.
Here they are.
Oh, here we go. All right. So Alan is Bab, in case you noticed he joined. Hi, Cassandra. And hi, Teresa. Let me scroll down a little bit. Okay. Oh, thank you. I think it's an adorable pic. So I'm excited to use it. I had to kind of dig to find these, and now she's like so big. It's kind of like, I love scrapbooking because you can look back and see these photos from years gone by, and you get to play with them. Maybe you didn't have time back then, and now you get to pull them out and have fun with these adorable kids. So my idea, a little bit of an idea, just to get started, since I prepped the background, I thought about making a border like this, just 2 layers. And if you follow the kit, it's not really on, I'm sorry, the sketch, it's not really on there, but I love a nice diagonal. And I think the reason why I love diagonal sketches so much and the way that I scrapbook is because it really adds to the flow of the design. So your eye typically works in a way which will go in the direction of a flow. And if your photo is the highlight of that flow, if it's the largest element on that page, it has a tendency for you to see all of the beautiful design work plus the photo being the main, and then you've got a little bit trailing off. So it's easy on the eye to do a sketch like this, and that's why I chose it. And so I'm just going to get started unless you have some questions for me about mixed media or the way I design or about the kits. I'd be more than happy to tell you about the kits, but if you're on here, you're probably already a member, so you probably already know what a great value they are and how awesome it is to get them in the mail every single month. So, and I just got my October kit today, and I'm super excited to share that with you October 1st, so stay tuned for that. But I think I'm just going to go ahead and get started. I'll look for comments. Bab's not very good about feeding the comments down.
I'll read them.
Oh, he's gonna read them to me. You got to scroll down a little bit, Bab.
Yep.
So even though Bab's real name is Alan, I call him Bab because it's an acronym, and it's basically for, he's kind of giant, so he's my big boyfriend, let's put it that way. He's actually my fiance now, so we are getting married in May, but that's how the name Bab came across. That I nickname everything, so that's not unusual for me. I'm going to go ahead and trim this real quick. I've got my large cutter that way, so I'm going to go over here for a second. And maybe Bab can read a comment for me, if there's any new ones.
Scrapbooking Store says, thank you, Alan.
Oh, yay. Thank you, Alan. Okay, you just made his day.
Yay.
Alan loves being the techie, let me tell you. That's what he lives for. Let's see. All right. I don't want to waste any of this beautiful paper, so I just trimmed it down with my big trimmer. I think I'm just going to add it. Maybe I want to add it down on this side. This makes more sense to me. I love this little gingham. Gingham just kind of goes with everything. It's funny because my kids make fun of me for wearing these plaid flannel shirts in the winter, but I think they're adorable, so.
Oh, lots of congratulations, Beth.
Oh, thank you. We're excited. think I want the border to be about that big, so I'm going to have to trim down this little edge. I'll be right back to that. But yes, we are getting married on Memorial Day weekend, which we didn't even realize was Memorial Day weekend until after we booked it. But it worked out perfectly because we have a ton of family from out of town. I want the photo to go about here. And I'm just going to layer up the back. I think I want to use a little bit of this. I'm really winging it here, guys. I wasn't very prepared. I just pulled some things.
You're not supposed to say that.
Why? Why can't I say that? It's the truth. I work all the time, so I'm sure many of you can relate to that. And I do like a little bit of distressing. I think it just adds to the texture of the page. If everything's flat, it's kind of boring to me. So I like the fact that we get chipboard and flags and things that are dimensional, because it just makes it look a little more textured to me. All right. It's actually a big photo. I didn't realize how big that was, but that's okay. I'm gonna start following the sketch a little bit. So again, it's just a diagonal. It does have a little cluster down here. I'm gonna add a little bit more layers to the background. And I may trim this down a little bit more. It's a little bit long on this side. I'd like it to be a little more even. I'm kind of an even Stevens kind of girl.
Hello from California, from Debbie.
Oh, hi, Debbie. How's the weather in California? We go there and visit family, and I must tell you, it is gorgeous weather. I absolutely love the weather there. And surprisingly, I don't like the cold, but for some reason, it doesn't really bother me there.
I'm going to be out there within the next 3 months, by the way.
Oh, where are you going?
Work.
Oh, are you going to see Aunt Sue?
Yeah, hopefully. Maybe you'll get to go.
Ooh, I'm jealous. Okay, so I kind of like this as a title. This is from the chipboard. These are from my stash. And then this little wood veneer. I've been trying to use some more wood veneer, and I found some that match perfectly with this kit. So let me put a little piece of vellum or something. Okay, well that piece of vellum is pretty much destroyed. Let's try a new one. This is just vellum from my stash too.
Watching from Fairview, Tennessee.
Ooh, Tennessee's gorgeous. I love how green Tennessee is. I went up there for camp when I was a kid and stayed on these little islands out in a lake. I guess they weren't really islands because they were a lake. Does that count as an island?
Yeah.
It does?
Yeah. We got Rhonda from Missouri.
Ooh. Hey, Rhonda. I've been to Missouri several times. Love it there. Super pretty. Super, super pretty.
That's where Lake of the Ozarks is, right?
Yeah. No, is it? Wait, from Missouri? Yeah. Lake of the Ozarks is in Missouri, right, Rhonda? It shows you where a little.
Fairview, Tennessee is 20 miles from Nashville.
Ooh, I've always wanted to go to Nashville. I don't think I've ever been.
I love it. We got an Oklahoma viewer, Melissa.
Hi, Melissa. What part of Oklahoma?
Well, she's saying Boomer Sooner. So I'm gonna guess OKC, but you never know.
You never know.
Oh, we got another Oklahoma from Tina.
Oh. Y'all are my neighbors. I'm in Dallas, Texas. I just trimmed off a little bit, so this was more even. I can't decide if I want to ruffle this edge up or not, but I just added a little vellum to the background. I think it helps it pop too, and I'm going to add a little bit of additional little edges here. I just think that, ooh, see, that would be pretty. So this isn't really study time, but you can use like the little banners to make some additional background pieces, just to add a little tiny bit of color that goes with the kit. Like that. I think that's cute. I think I want to start with a little bit of the mixed media though. So I pulled some colorings from shimmers, some Heidi Swap in navy, some blue jean vibes in shimmers, Hermit the Frog vibes, and Keep Palm. So these are all colors that go perfectly with the kit. And as you can see in the sketch, you've got all these little dots, and I think I just want that to be a little bit of mixed media sprinkles.
Oh, we got Alice from Henderson, Nevada.
Ooh, Alice. I have friends in Henderson. I have several friends in Henderson. They're actually coming to the wedding. Is anyone scrapbooking with me tonight?
We shall see.
I would like to see. I just want this to be subtle little sprinkles. Nothing too heavy. That's the Keep Palms. Oh, and I do have a grandbaby here, so dogs and grandbabies. And Babs. Can't forget Babs. He decided to slam some pizza before we got started, so I think he's good for a while.
I'm good to go.
It's good to go. So how many of you watch my videos? Like, are you new to who I am, or have you been watching me for a while? I'm very curious. Is this your first time to see me scrap?
Tina says, never thought to splash ink like that straight from the bottle.
Oh, well, it makes it easy. You don't have to mess up your brushes. And I wouldn't call myself a lazy scrapper, but it's just super convenient. You can paint with these little spray nozzles too. Like if I wanted to spread, I would just drag this along. That makes it easy.
This is Melissa's first time. She's new.
Hey.
Teresa's new.
Oh, lots of newbies. I like that.
Very cool.
Are you new to ScrapbookingStore.com? Are you new to scrapbooking? Or are you new to me? The Heidi Swap ones you really got to shake. They have this oil base to them, so can possibly make a big mess.
There we go.
And I know this looks kind of like a hot mess right now, but hopefully it will turn out pretty. Normally I like my pages. Every once in a while they're a fail, but you know, it's all about the process for me. So I'm going to let the magic of paper towels clean some of this up. And since I have the gesso down, it should come up nice and clean and not smear too bad. So let's see. Going back to this. Okay, so there's a couple little splatters out here that I would like to make more predominant. And I just made a big, that's the thing about shimmers or paints in general. You can make a big old mess and nobody really knows because it's supposed to be messy. Even if you don't intend it to look that way, so. All right, adding a little more. Just getting that up. All right. So nice.
Love the idea of using roll paper towels.
Oh, yay. Yeah, that way you don't get your hands messy. And it works over and over and over and over and over. And it's so absorbent, you don't have to worry about it not absorbing the ink. So I keep baby wipes too, because ink does get messy. So maybe we will do our title here, like the sketch.
Hey, they want to hire me to read comments from their Facebook Live. I would love that.
You know what? He has the best voice. Like, he has the most resonating voice of all time. It's crazy. So in another life, instead of a techie, he should have been an announcer or...
Technically, I am.
Okay, so how are you technically an announcer?
I do presentations.
Oh, that, well, yeah, he does presentations, guys. He's always selling his product, I guess. He's kind of the support manager. What else are you? The techie. They used to call him the janitor because he'd go in and clean up everybody's messes.
Cool border from Dora.
Oh, thank you, Dora. Oh, look, I like this little piece from the sticker sheet. I'm going to use that. And I put it on wax paper instead of grabbing from the sticker sheet because I wanted to pull elements, but wax paper is not always forgiving. So when you pull it up, you've got to be careful because it could just not come off the wax paper. But again, I'm using gesso, so I'm gluing everything down even though the stickers are usually pretty good. And I'll probably add the date here afterwards, or maybe with a roller stamp. But I like to kind of interview my pieces before I commit to sticking them down. And that way, if I do need to move something, it's easy enough to move. So I like this little V for victory. Let's see there. And what's funny is that originally when I pulled this, I thought it was volleyball. I was like, no, this is soccer. What am I doing? And I love the little elements because they just work perfectly. And if I interview things before I actually commit to sticking them down, it's kind of like a no-brainer to just move it until my eye is pleased with placement. Maybe I'll do the word over here and the flag over here. Yeah, I like that better because it balances out the words. So that's kind of looking like the layout. But there's a little cluster down here. I don't want to forget that. Let's see. A cute little geotag, which I think I'll tuck back here. Yeah. What do you think, guys? Think it's coming together? I may end up putting something else down here. Ooh, I like these. This is the paper, and I did pull some punches in case I wanted to punch out some of these little hearts. And it's just a 1/2 inch punch.
Well, excuse me. Melissa says super cute.
Oh, yay.
Scrapbooking Store says looks great.
Awesome.
Cassandra says it's looking gorgeous.
Ooh.
Teresa says loving it.
Yay. I like this. Y'all are a good confidence booster. Wow, see how you can punch out all those little stars? That would be adorable. Maybe tuck that under. I need something to go right here. This little blank spot is bothering me. And this is, maybe I can put that over there. So did anyone say they were scrapbooking along with me, Bab?
No.
No, you should be scrapbooking with me.
Dora says, how about using some stickies to make soccer ball 3D?
Ooh, that's a good idea. This little chipboard soccer ball? I can do that.
Probably either one.
Let's see. So this little cluster down here. Okay, I'll pop some things up for texture so that that's a good idea. Do I want to add a little bit of tangled thread? I don't want a harsh line here where this meets. I feel like it's harsh unless I add something. So I'm trying to decide, do I add this down here? I think I will.
Dora said yes to the, whatever the first one was you pointed to.
Okay. So,
Marcy from Scrapbook Store says she did a layout already and she's going to post it in the club when you're done.
oh, super cute. I'll have to look. This is kind of the point where I've interviewed some things and I'm kind of happy with the design. So I'm just going to start to add some of the elements. These little flags are so cute. They're adorable. All right. So these little chipboards are sticky, but and I'm sure they'd hold fine if I didn't gesso the page, but I can't risk it.
Yeah, so right corner soccer ball. Okay.
It drives me nuts when things come off the page later. There goes my dog again. You know, if I was sitting on the couch doing nothing, she would never bark. So this soccer ball and maybe this I will pop up for you because I think that's a great idea. And I have this huge roll of foam tape. You can get this on Amazon and it's cheaper than it used to be. Used to is kind of crazy. It was like $40 a roll and now it's like $30. So it'll last probably a year. So even though this kind of has texture, or not texture, but dimension, I think it's a good idea to lift it up as you suggested. So I'm going to do that. And I may have it just touching. I'm going to put the geotag just underneath it. So I'm not going to secure that down just yet. That foam tape is a lot stickier than regular stickers or anything. So usually I do not have to secure that down. Usually that is good to go.
Rhonda's loving your layout.
Aw, thank you, Rhonda.
Marcy says it's adorable.
Aw, I love that. Y'all are so sweet. So if you ever get a chance to share your layouts, maybe you're gonna follow along with me and do this sketch. I would love to see what you have and share it with the group so we can all be inspired by each other. That's always fun. That's the biggest reason why I share, is because I really draw inspiration from others, and it just makes me happy. It's kind of my stress reliever and therapy. And when I look at scrapbooking layouts, I'm just like, oh yay, that's so pretty.
Cassandra loves it, says looking great.
Aw, thank you, Cassandra. I don't know how long I've had some of this wood veneer. I decided I've got to add some wood veneer to my layouts, because how can you buy or justify buying more or getting more if you don't use it? So sometimes I dig in to add to the kits, and it's a good way to have new and use your stash. So it's a win-win. Ooh, look at how dimensional that is with the, if it sits on top of that wood veneer.
Melissa wants to know, what glue do you use?
I use the, it used to be called Scotch Quick Dry, and I think they changed the name, which is kind of silly because I know a lot of girls use it in the industry. And then I use 𝐓𝐮𝐞𝐞's paper. It's called paper, let me see. So, of course, I'm out of the 𝐓𝐮𝐞𝐞's right now, but you can get 𝐓𝐮𝐞𝐞's. It's a paper adhesive, and it's always like $2 at Michael's. And I just put that in my fine liner bottle. This one is called Art Blessed, and it's a matte, perfect paper adhesive. This one's good for not buckling. But then normally I just get the Scotch Quick Dry. I think it's called Quick Dry now, is what it's called, instead of, yeah, is that, I don't know. They changed the name. I could be wrong on that one, but
You can follow up.
yeah, I can follow up. Okay, so I'm just going to secure. I don't want to tear up this whole thing and start over, but I'm just going to secure it down a little bit. It's kind of popped up. I'm wondering if I should pop up the whole thing, because, yeah, I think I'm going to. Let's see. Let's see if I can do that. Let's pop up the whole thing, because that frame is being a little difficult. And a little more dimension never hurts. So the weather here in Texas has been crazy hot, crazy hot, especially for September. It was what? Today was not so bad. It was like 93 or something.
Somewhere around that.
But yesterday was 96 Fahrenheit.
Yeah, but you're reptilian, so you like that.
That's true. I'm part reptilian, according to Bob, because he's a Michigander. And he thinks that because I love the heat so much, I've got an issue. He's not used to people that like the heat. All right, so I like that better popped up. Lots of dimension on this layout. Sometimes that happens. You just kind of go with the flow. All right. See if I can peel this off. But they said it was supposed to rain today, and it did not rain today.
No, it's supposed to tomorrow, this weekend.
Okay, and since that's from the sticker sheet, it's going to stick to that photo pretty well. I'm not going to have to glue that down. So we want this to look like a diagonal, so it looks like I'm going to have to push things down a little bit. Pop this soccer ball up from the chipboard set. Believe it or not, I'm looking forward to a little bit cooler weather, Bob.
I'm gonna replay this when you say that you're cold.
When I'm freezing?
Yep.
And it's 72?
Yeah.
Actually, I have on long sleeves right now because he keeps it so cold in the house, but. Okay, let's see. I'm not going to quite push that down yet because I want to be able to move it if I need to. And this needs to go up. No, going back up a little. Up, up, up. So did everybody love their September kit, and have they already used it all, or are you still working on using it?
They're probably waiting for you.
Well, I've put out a few layouts, so I'm waiting to see what some of them do. Every once in a while there's such an adorable post that I want to copy it, and I'm like, I probably shouldn't do that since I'm on the design team. But you know what? Like I said, it's drawing inspiration from others. I like that.
Tanisha says, hi, everyone.
Hi, Tanisha. Where are you from?
Joe says, hello, with a smiley face.
Hi, Joe. Hello, hello. Put this down. Oh, it's coming together, guys. I like this. I like this a lot. I think I'm going to pop up this side too.
Tanisha's from Chicago.
Ooh, Bab knows all about Chicago.
I do.
He went there for the first 2 years of college, switched majors, and came back home. But you went to Columbia?
Yep.
Columbia University.
No, college.
Oh, what? College?
Because Columbia University is in New York, and that's a totally different ballgame.
Oh, pardon me. I'm off on my geography.
Jean says hello.
Hi, Jean.
Cassandra loved the September kit. It's very, she says it's so versatile.
It is. I have done like a layout of my brother when he was a kid. I've done more current photos with my girls doing sports. I also did a now and then layout from like when my oldest daughter True was little and when she got bigger, like I think it was every 5 years. So it was like 5th grade, 10th grade. No, it was something like that. 3 to 5 years. It was like, what was it? It was like 5th grade, 10th grade, and senior year. So yeah, I think they're super versatile. Plus, I like that you could do like a masculine layout, like a lot of kits that you get. If you have boys, you can't really scrapbook them because they're all pink and yellow and that sort of thing. But with this kit, I can do layouts of Bab if I want to. Or I could do layouts if I had a grandson. I could do boys.
Melissa's on her 3rd layout with September's kit.
Ooh.
She said she loves 𝐓𝐵NTIQUE. I don't know what that is, but maybe you do.
It's the brand name of the kit, the collection that we got in the kit. So I love 𝐓𝐵NTIQUE too. I love the quality of their cardstock. It is so amazing. And I've always liked them. So I started scrapbooking in 1998. I remember specifically it was March of 1998 because I started a new job at that time that ended up being a crazy job. So
21 years.
21 years. Who else has scrapbooked for 20 plus years? Are y'all new, or are you just, let's see, does this even go back to 20? I don't think this does. 2013. 13, let's see. I may have to get an older roller date stamp or do it by hand.
Can you show them what you're doing and just pull it up?
Oh yeah, I'm looking at my roller date stamp because I was looking for the date, but I'm gonna have to add that later because I don't want to dig through all that right now. And this one is too new for this older photo, so.
Dora's been scrapping for 10 years.
Oh, yay. How many albums do you have? I bet you have a ton.
Marcy's 20 plus years.
Nice. I'm gonna look through and see if there's any.
Melissa started scrapbooking in January of 2000, very specific.
Oh, see, you never forget. You fall in love and it's hard to forget.
Cassandra's new and would love to learn from you about it.
Oh, yay. Thank you, Cassandra. Sweet.
Well, she's got 490 million YouTube videos to watch, so.
He's talking about me.
Yeah.
I have about 700 videos.
Oh, never mind. I was a little off.
Yeah, not quite that many. Not 4 million, just about 700. So I'm going to put the date here. What is it?
Only 700.
Yeah, only 700. So a lot of this that's left, you can see it's well loved. It is mostly like red. I don't want to add red. There's nothing really in the photo that's red, and I haven't been playing off the red. And I like to kind of stick to a few colors or monochromatic. So I think I've got everything I need off of there. I do have these lovely little scraps, and I grabbed my little triangle punch. Maybe I can add a couple of triangles.
I'm gonna try zooming out. Let's see what we got here.
Oh, I nipped it off. No, I don't want to nip it off. I want a complete triangle. Oh, look, I could go down here and find her initials. Where's her initials? Kind of in the center. Let's see. Let's see if I can get to. Her name is London, so I'm going to try and get close to the L. And maybe I can make a little banner with the L. Oh, it's got a little L on it. I kind of like this pencils too. I like the black because it highlights off of the black in the layout. But I like the subtlety of the little pencils. And I want something over here. Let's see if I just add. I always do this at the end of my layouts. I'm like,
Dora says, how about a banner with her initials?
Oh, banner with her initials. Not a bad idea. Ooh, I wonder if I did. Ooh, that's a good idea. Let me think about this. If I did, what if I cut out the L's and made it like a little banner running down the side? Good idea. Okay, so these are the L's. L for London. I could just tuck it maybe in. It's hard to tell that's an L though. Okay, what if I punch it out? I don't know, it's always at the end. There's always these little subtle things you want to do. L.
Ruth says hi.
Hi, Ruth. Ooh, Bab had a Grandma Ruth.
I did.
Is that the one that reminds me or reminds you of me?
Yeah.
So I remind him of his Grandma Ruth.
Very crafty.
She was artistic. Oh, I don't have, well, I have an F. I don't have a C for her middle initial. I have an F. Maybe I could do an F. I hate that I'm cutting into this paper so much, but I really kind of like the ideas of the initial.
Ruth from South Texas.
Ooh, yay. I like that. So LF is her first and last initial. I don't know. Maybe if I put it down here. Okay, well, I'm trying to force something that's not working, so I'm going to abandon that idea. But I do still want something here. And I don't know, maybe a little piece of this, just to have a little tiny bit poking out so that it doesn't look like such a large gap. So Ruth, are you a native Texan? I was born and raised here. I've lived in Texas my whole life.
North Texas.
Yeah, North Texas. Oh, she's from North Texas?
No, you are.
Oh, yeah, yeah. We don't really say that in Texas. I'm like, huh? Okay, so I like that it fills this gap a little bit more. I'm going to do that.
She says yes.
Oh, yay, native Texan. We have so many people transplanting here. I'm like, hello, we're full. Hello. We're good, we're good. Oh, now I can't get my little finger in there, so I'm just going to give that just a little bit more.
Edinburgh?
Edinburgh.
Edinburgh?
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
Edinburgh. Texas is kind of big.
Just a little bit.
A little bit. We like to say we have our own country. All right, I think that little edge needs some support. Pop that up a little bit more because it's kind of flopping over. Yay.
There you go.
There you go. So because he's from Michigan, we always make fun of his accent. Sometimes, oh my gosh, when his cousin comes around, it's crazy. They start saying, well, there you go.
My God, it doesn't sound like
It
that.
does sound like that. It's so ridiculous. So we started watching this show, and they're from Canada. And everything was like that. It was like, it's a car show. So it was like, give her some gas. There you go. Give it to her. I was like, oh, look at your people.
It is.
It doesn't want to stick right there because I put a wax paper on it. But
Carolina loves your layout.
oh, thank you, Carolina. It's a pretty name. Does it look like the sketch? I think it looks pretty close to the sketch. I like it. What do you think, guys? I think I'm about done here. What time is it about?
8:19.
Oh, look, I kept it within an hour.
There you go.
That's a miracle.
Okay.
So if you have any questions, now would probably be a good time to ask. I'm going to make sure I put the date there. I don't like to write on my layouts for some reason. I do my journaling on the back. So I'll grab a project life card. I'll journal on the back about her playing soccer and how adorable she is and her age, that sort of thing. I don't know. I like my handwriting, but just not on the front of my layout. I like for the photo and the embellishments to be the highlight of the show. So, and I kind of feel like I want to ruffle up some of these edges a little bit. Maybe, maybe not. No, I think we're done. I think it's good. What do you think, Bob?
Looks like a layout to me. A lot of people love it, man.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I'm glad you
Too many to call out, but everyone loves it.
Oh, that's so sweet. Everybody's so sweet. I love the scrapbooking community. Everybody's so nice. And I like these little stars. I wasn't thinking of using them, but I grabbed my punches just in case. So it's a good way to use tools that you've got laying around. Because if you want that little extra something, you can just punch out some of the paper. I like to fussy cut out paper too, because it gives you extra embellishments, and I'm a big embellishment person. So a little more speckly out that way than I expected, but that's okay. That's kind of part of being mixed media and messy. So.
All right, lots of more comments. Cute, stunning, love it.
Aww.
Thanks so much.
Oh, of course. Thank you. And thank you, ScrapbookingStore.com, for allowing me to do the live feed. If you have any requests of something you'd like to see, let me know. I'd be more than happy to. I mean, I do all types of layouts of mixed media, linear. I do die cuts. I just kind of experiment with everything. Anything that's just I'm in the mood for. I kind of go with the flow. So.
A longtime subscriber of your YouTube channel says, "Hi Tuesday, Shannon Dallas."
Shannon Dallas. I like that name. Hi, Shannon Dallas.
She loves how you can layer and use mixed media. She's not that brave. She's been getting these kits for a while. They're all so cute. So there you go.
Aw, I'm glad you love them.
She loves your style.
Oh, thank you. I'm so appreciative. I appreciate that, Shannon. Stay tuned. I'm going to have more layouts for you. I've got a couple of more in the works for this kit. And in the beginning of the video, I think I said I got the October kit. And I'll be excited to share that with you on the 1st. So I appreciate you all watching. And Bab, thank you for being my narrator and AV guy.
You're welcome. Oh, look, even Scrapbooking Store says a special thank you to me. Yay.
Oh, yay.
I'm going to pat myself on the back.
Yeah, he likes any kind of affirmations, like especially related to himself. He's all about that. So you're going to have him doing all the like Facebook Lives if you keep that up. So he was so excited to get this started. Like he set it all up before I got home from work. And he was like, I'm ready. I'm good to go. This is going to be so exciting. And I was like, this is why I love you. So, yeah, I'm excited to share. And I've got a great cheerleader. So, okay, guys, I'm going to call it quits for now so I can get a little dinner. And I appreciate you watching. And I'll be back very soon. So, ta-ta for now.
Bye.